My name's John Anderson, and I'm running this App Pie Kickstarter project. What it is, it's the way to make 100% mobile apps very easily just by using XML. It's really cool, and I'd love to show it to you. So let's take a look. App Pie consists of two parts: the App Pie portal that runs on the Raspberry Pi, and the mobile runtime engine that renders the UI on a mobile device. So let's take a look at that. The mobile runtime engine works by downloading XML and rendering a native UI based on that XML. So what you can see is we've got a URL put in here of a server that's going to download XML for me. And when we hit go, it's going to reach out to that URL, download XML, and then it just builds this 100% native UI based on that XML. Whenever there's an event, such as a table view click, what it does is encode that event data as JSON, sends it back to the server, and then the server analyzes that. It then sends back more XML, which can open up another window like this, or just do some kind of other action on the UI. For instance, what we can do is when we click this label, it's going to send out XML that doesn't open a new window, but it causes this action sheet to be shown, using 100% native iOS components. So it's a really cool idea. It makes mobile development much easier. So what does all this have to do with the Raspberry Pi? First of all, the App Pie portal software is going to run on a Raspberry Pi. This means you'll have full access to the source code and can make whatever changes you'd like. Or you can just use it out of the box with the functionality as is. More importantly, you'll be able to quickly and easily add mobile capability to your existing Raspberry Pi projects. Let's take a look and see how this is going to work. What we can do is put in a URL of the Raspberry Pi. Then I've got a little Pi Inspector demo app. What this does is, based on the Raspberry Pi server address that we click, it's going to send commands to the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is going to execute those commands and then return the results. And what it's going to also do is display the results in a 100% native UI. So this just shows how you can add mobile capability to any of your existing Raspberry Pi projects quickly and easily. So another part of the project is this App Pie portal, which is going to run on a Raspberry Pi. So you'll hit it via an internal URL. It's got some different sections like quick start materials, support, documentation, which will have some code fragments in that. But the main point of the portal is to edit the files that are downloaded to the mobile runtime engine and present your mobile app. So it's just going to make editing XML files a lot easier. It's got built-in XML validation and context-sensitive kind of suggestions, so that now it knows we're at kind of the top level point of the XML structure. So it's going to suggest elements that are appropriate for that level in the XML. And this is just another reason for the project, is this is just a very rudimentary list of elements. We just need to be able to take the time to fill this out and have everything that's applicable there. But then as you build up the attributes, it's going to suggest different attribute names based on what you've typed in so far. So you can hit background color, type in a color that you want. And there are other attributes such as layout that it knows what the valid attribute values are. So it's going to suggest those, and you can just select one that you want to use and it'll fill it in for you. And it's just going to save you a ton of time as you build up these XML files.